Hello everybody, Peace Monk here with another Bitcoin video and this disclaimer that says the content of this channel is for educational purpose only. Now, I've been having some problems with the mic. It's getting cut off. I don't know why. I try to, have my tone and just one tone. I don't know. Hopefully it doesn't cut off. And so yesterday I was not here. Obviously, you guys following my videos, I have a lot of problems in life, so sometimes I just can't, get into the market until I find a job that could secure me financially right now. Because trading can't, and I don't have enough equity to trade for for a monthly salary to be made out of trading. Anyway, um, nonetheless, I've mentioned this part right here. First of all, I'm kind of not surprised that we are at 35K, although I didn't expect it my 3 days ago video to go higher, but we did. So my last video, I've mentioned this area that we do have a sell side liquidity here, and there's a lot of stop loss and new sell side liquidity here. What happened is, we start crawling into it, and we didn't lose it. I've mentioned actually if we don't lose 29K, we could see higher prices. I'm pretty sure it was on the title or something. And then once we lost this at 31.6, then it kind of bounced up to this area. So right now we do have a couple of, there's this buy side liquidity right around here. And the midline of this buy side liquidity would be 30,581. The midline of this volume imbalance buy side liquidity would be 32,211. And obviously we do have a small, volume imbalance right here, which is kind of struggling around it, or filling it, I would say. And after that, we do have a sell side liquidity volume imbalance around here. The midline of this is going to be 35,011, 1116, 1116. What am I? All right, but nonetheless, guys, and the same side around from that, 30,600 is right now here. We do have this big sell side liquidity, and we do have this big stop loss and probably new sells. So will we be able to take it out? How are we going to take this out? These are all the questions that excuse me, that we have to ask ourselves. And so again, just like here, we could crawl in and don't lose it, hold it, and then finally when we reach to the upper side, bounce up, or we could just, there's a lot of ways to take it out. I'm not going to go into it, but I think I think we could see 44, 48K in the upcoming weeks. Now, before I continue, I would like to talk about the liquidity. So this is the liquidity on the 12 hours. We do see a little bit here, right? But let me just bring it to 3 days, and then I'll show you guys the 1 week and jump on the other liquidity map. So this is the 3 days. We cleaned all the liquidity to the upside, and here's the spread of the liquidity to the downside. As you guys can see, there's the 1 week. There were a lot of narratives over Bitcoin that, oh, when we pump like this, it's usually a dump sign and things like that. But nonetheless, we pumped more than we expected. And this is the spread of the, 1 week liquidity that we can see. What is important, I think, is this. We could see around 3,500, essentially where my buy side liquidity was. We got 575 million of long orders, 100x and 50x's. This is only on Binance, so let's check it on a couple more exchanges. Well, it looks like 1.30 billion. That's a lot. So does that mean we're just gonna, jump all the way back around here? Not really, but I think we could come around there, and where we stop is gonna be probably the same. Let me just zoom out completely so you guys could see it from there to 3,525. It's 1.95 billion, essentially 2 billion. And to the upside, I would say somewhere around 38K. If we go there, it's like 481 million. Now, if we come back here, I've mentioned this area, which is 30,500, essentially where the liquidity is, and there's another liquidity to be grabbed at 32,025, I would say. Is that 32,200 and around here. So there's 1 billion until 30,200, and then there's another billion from this area to this area, right? So essentially these buy-side liquidity volume imbalance they look valid to us, or at least to me, based on the liquidity. And I think the first bounce could be around here, maybe a little bit lower, and the second bounce could be around here. Obviously, when we lose this area, I would expect it to go beneath 29.4. Where it's gonna stop, maybe, I mean, I didn't think of it. Yeah, to the upside. So there's a possibility that we could bounce from any of these levels, right? If we bounce from this level, I would say it's a very small bounce to come and fill this, sell side liquidity volume imbalance around here. But from these or the lower one, the green one, we could expect a bounce around this area, which makes it a double top with this, or we could bounce around this area, makes it a double top with this. And if we go higher than this, then I would add a possibility for another higher high. Now, let me just take a look at this one for you guys. You guys remember this one? Put it on daily. You guys remember I had a rising broadening wedge. I drew it from here, this two red lines. And I mentioned it one time in my previous videos that if we lose this, then we're gonna, go to the lower side, see that 2K, 21K, 20K gap, all of that. But we never lost it. We holded it, as you guys, because we debated it once, but we holded it. I should have holded my long around here, but hey, I'm a scalper, and when you need all the money you have, you can't hold. But if I holded it, I mean, yeah, that would have been a problem. Very. So with that being said, guys, I would like to take a look at the weekly too. And over the weekly, I don't know if I even mentioned it on a video or not, but don't like it. This is just to motivate myself. And it's actually a music from Queen of Stone Age, very rock metal music. I was taking a look at this, and I have mentioned that over the 48K right here, excuse me, I drew this one for myself today. I was like, this is a good possibility to hit, and there's a lot of buy side, sell side liquidity around here, obviously from this area. So there's a very good possibility we could come here and grab this liquidity over a couple of weekends. Obviously, to come here, we first have to take down this 44K, but if this has been taken out by the time, then I think 48K is a good possibility. And if you take a look at it, 48K is, very good to start downwards or the bearish market again, the bear market again. So I would say I have my eyes around here, and we'll see what Bitcoin is doing, right? But if I just remove this, we were here, guys, and I believe that this candle would come here, but this candle did. Nonetheless, look where we are right now. We are at 36K, like essentially right here. The lower side of this area, right? Could we just get rejected from here, like completely? It's a possibility. Let's just say it this. Right now, you can't just say in stone that, oh, we're going to go to that 48K or 44K, right? Anything is possible right now. But my 2 cents tells me, because we essentially came above this area, right? We cleaned the higher side of this candle, and we stopped at the lower of this, well, not very low, essentially a little bit, close to the middle. There's a possibility of a couple more moves to the upside over the weeks, but it just, a complete retracement as well. It really depends on how the market wants it. Let me just show you guys the Dixie. Dixie is going down. Where we expected it is not yet there, but I've like I said, I recorded a couple of videos, and there's the sound problem. My microphone keeps cutting off, as I mentioned earlier. Hopefully it's not like that, but I think it could do something like this. Dixie come around here, retest this area, and then push it back down to 104. Obviously, it could not do this and just push it back down from here, or that happens, we could see another bounce up on the market. SPX or like the US stock market in general is not that bullish. So whatever is happening over Bitcoin, I mean, lately I've seen a lot of tweets of that, Bitcoin is a very scammy coin. It just, pumps and dumps for no reason. You really can't do TA on it. To some extent, it's kind of believable. But I mean, if you have stop loss, you wouldn't be hurt that much, right? Losing in this market, unfortunately, is part of the game. Nobody can avoid it. So I think SPX yesterday pumped and then dumped. Is this the bullish retest or the pullback of this pump? If it is, then we could see some, move to the upside today. So let me check ES1. ES1 right now, oh, it's kind of trying to recover to the upside. We'll see if that happens. And NQ1, I've mentioned it before. I'm gonna mention it right now. So I've said that on my 3 days ago video, I said we could retest here and come back down, but this scenario did not happen. We came back down completely. Stopped here. We don't care where this is. We regained the buy side's liquidity, as you guys could see. So we regained it, and right now we are holding above the midline at the higher upper rectangle. This indicates that we could see a move to the upside right now coming, and due to we have a higher high and a higher low area, and this move broke the bearish structure from this to this area. So this bearish structure has been broken by this bearish structure has been broken by this. So we broke two bearish structure, and right now we are making a bullish structure over the bearish structure. As you guys could see, we are slowly moving up, and I've mentioned that, I mean, there's no need to mention it. You see these slow crawling to the upside. If I just remove these unnecessary lines for you guys, doesn't work. So you see this slow crawling could end up in a bounce, especially when we get around here, as it did with this. It crawled up here and then we bounced. And with that being said, guys, I'm pretty sure I showed you guys the liquidity and I've talked about it, and I've included the liquidity with my targets. And let me tell you, before I first, analyzed the chart for myself, then I went to the liquidity with you guys on the video that I did not publish, essentially. And I noticed that, oh, where you have your targets, essentially where the liquidities are. So these targets are good for swings, but obviously when I do a scalp, I go on a 1 minute and a 5 minute chart. I do have the 1 hour on some other places, some other monitor that I'm monitoring. But right now, the 1 hour, the 1 minute time frame is essentially telling me we might want to retest this because we have a, well, yeah. One thing I want to actually mention, I forgot, which is essentially I found this pattern completely. I was scalping TRB with it, and then I noticed that pattern there, and I've noticed the pattern is even happening here. So on Bitcoin, so I decided to just share it with you guys. Let me know what you think. Let me know if you think it's valid or not. So what I think happened is we make a couple of moves like this. So this is the first move, second move, the third move, right? And then the fourth move, which is a higher low, and then we continue up, right? And obviously there's a fifth move too, this one. I call it the 5 legs, sometimes the 4 legs. I mean, I just silly names for myself. But what's important in here is, as you guys could see, each low is lower than the previous one, right? So this is the first low, this is the second low, and the third low essentially grabs the liquidity of this the second one, the third one. The fourth one, here's the catch. Okay, so the fourth one is grabbing the liquidity of this green candle. You guys taking a look at this? I mean, let me just zoom in completely here. There you go. See, small percentage, very small, and then it goes up, and the fifth leg is even a higher low than the fourth one. Now, where it stops and all, I don't want to go in. I've mentioned this pattern a lot, right? Or I've seen this pattern a lot. I didn't mention it. So you guys could find it maybe on lower time frames. It plays out on the higher time frames as well. So for example, right here, do we have the same pattern? We really don't know yet. We might be, making it. So this is the first one. This would be the second one. Maybe this will be the third one, somewhere around here, and then fourth and something. So maybe this is something in Elliott waves. I don't do Elliott waves at all, but I tend to find patterns. I'm good at pattern recognition, but that's another story if I'm good at trading or not. That being said, guys, thank you guys for watching. I do need your support, at least, with the boost, likes, and it really motivates me. And hopefully I see you guys tomorrow if everything is okay. Thank you guys for watching. Stay safe, stay green. Until next time.